Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, happening today, Las Cruces City Council will once again tackle the minimum wage ordinance. Could some people be exempt from the raise in wages?
Also, a body found near the summit of Trans Mountain has investigators stumped. What they're thinking could have been the cause of death.
Regardless of a grand jury decision or not, no matter what, people are going to be here. People want to see a change, and a grand jury decision is not a change.
The grand jury in the Michael Brown shooting case is back in session today. Now anxious residents are awaiting a big decision.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Well, good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thanks for waking up with us on this Monday morning. I'm Floren.
And I'm Stephanie Valle. It's 6 o'clock. Everyone is hopefully enjoying today because I'm sure a lot of people have the day off. It's Thanksgiving this week, so it's a good start to the week.
Off to a better start than yesterday when we had all those terrible winds, Crystal. You called for them last week. We were hoping you were wrong, but you weren't, darn it.
Yeah, we warned of those high winds hitting on Sunday, and they hit with a vengeance. In fact, in some areas, they were way too high to handle. Those wind gusts affecting a lot of different locations, tossing around dust into the afternoon. Now we're looking at winds lighter and temperatures a little cooler. 42 is your current temperature outside in El Paso. It feels like 37 degrees outside thanks to 9-mile-per-hour winds. In Las Cruces, our winds are at 7 miles per hour, making our wind chill temperature 23 degrees. We are officially 29 outside. And a check on your clouds and radar shows us that while we did have a front drop in and winds move by, we don't have any rain that's moving through. We had some clouds move by overnight, still hanging about the area, but otherwise today should be a mostly sunny forecast. It's those temperatures we have to keep an eye on. We'll talk more about how high they go today and how high they go for Thanksgiving up in a few minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Crystal. Questions remain this morning after a body was found near the summit of Trans Mountain Road. Police were originally responding to a mountain rescue. That was around 9 yesterday morning, but they were shocked when they found the body instead. Bruises could be seen on the man's body. Investigators are unsure whether he was hit by a car or may have died of natural causes. We'll continue to update you on this mystery.
A New Mexico man is behind bars this morning after police say he shot 2 men at a house party. Police say it happened early yesterday morning on the 1100 block of Gardner Avenue in Las Cruces. They say 23-year-old Philip Curtis Zaman left a house party, then returned with a .40 caliber handgun. They say he kicked down the door and fired, hitting one man in the chest and another in the face. The victims were taken with non-life-threatening injuries to UMC. Zaman is now charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. And happening later today, the El Paso Police Department will officially unveil its new patrol cars. These are how the units look right now. That white car with the blue stripes and an image of the sun on a shield. Well, we ended up getting a sneak peek of the new cars last week and showing them to you. The cruisers are black and white with a yellow detail, and that sun logo has been replaced with the Lone Star State on the shield. We'll be there this morning and we'll show you more of the patrol cars later today.
Veterans Affairs was a big topic touched on in this weekend's town hall meeting. It was hosted by Congressman Beto O'Rourke. He mentioned his efforts to help the Veterans Association right here in El Paso to help them receive their benefits in a more timely manner. This is video of that meeting held at the UTEP campus. Congressman O'Rourke also touched on troops in Iraq and the state of Iran and terrorism. Texas Governor-elect Greg Abbott is pledging to challenge President Obama's executive order on immigration. We have a video here of him speaking on Fox News yesterday. Last week, President Obama bypassed Congress, taking executive action on immigration reform. The president's move will legally allow up to 5 million undocumented immigrants to stay here in the United States temporarily. It's estimated more than 1 million immigrants are in Texas alone illegally.
And now to the latest in Ferguson, Missouri. A grand jury decision could come any time now in the shooting case of Michael Brown.
The entire area around Ferguson and St. Louis is now bracing for more protests and more clashes.
ABC's Karen Travers is in Missouri with the latest developing now.
Hands up! Don't shoot!
Overnight, demonstrators took to the streets.
Regardless of a grand jury decision or not, no matter what, people are going to be here. People want to see a change, and a grand jury decision is not a change.
The Michael Brown case looms large here in the St. Louis region. And after a 2-day break, the grand jury this morning gets back to work, and a decision could be imminent.
The prosecutor's office has told us they will inform the family before they inform the public for sure.
Barricades are now up around the St. Louis County Justice Center, where the grand jury has been meeting since August. 9 votes are needed to indict Officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of the unarmed black teenager.
You're not deciding innocence versus guilt. This is just a question of probable cause. Is there enough evidence to send this case to trial?
And the evidence they're looking at includes testimony from Wilson himself back in September. From the forensic pathologist, the Brown family requested to perform an independent autopsy. And from witnesses to the shooting who say Brown had his hands up when he was killed. A lawyer for the Brown family told ABC's George Stephanopoulos the system is flawed.
Oh, the process is completely unfair. 99% of the time, police officers aren't charged when they kill young people of color.
One nearby school district canceled classes today and tomorrow, anticipating unrest. Law enforcement officials say they are prepared and they don't want peaceful demonstrations to turn ugly. Karen Travers, ABC News, Clayton, Missouri.
Well, the 6-figure bonus awarded to UMC CEO has drawn a lot of controversy.
It's also led to calls for the resignation of some of UMC's board members. Good morning, El Paso's Andrew Dave Polk is live to continue our coverage. Andrew.
Yeah, good morning, Hillary and Stephanie. UMC is funded and overseen in part by county commissioners, and on last night's ABC 7 Extra, Commissioner Vince Patters laid out a number of issues he sees developing. Now, Valenti's bonus was awarded by the hospital's board, which says he met or exceeded expectations on a number of criteria, including patient care for the bonus. But that isn't sitting well with county commissioners, who are calling for the resignation of some board members, and that are also appointed by county commissioners themselves. Now, beyond that, Commissioner Perez says that there's been a lack of communication, including over the hospital's tax rate, which he says the board rapidly changed positions on earlier this year.
That if the tax increase was not passed, patient care would suffer. And those were the terms that were used when requesting the tax increase. And then only to have it retracted 3 days later, really, yes, that is a good thing overall for the public that we passed a budget that did not increase taxes. But it really raises a lot of question then about the level of trust. Well, then what was it? Was it a very dire situation that needed an 8% tax increase, which is the statutory maximum? Or were there other ways that the situation could have been presented?
And so we'll have the entirety of ABC 7 Extra posted on our website, KVIA.com, later this morning. Hillary and Stephanie.
All right, Andrew, thank you. And at 6:07, taking a look at our TxDOT traffic cameras over on the west side at I-10 and Buena Vista. Now at Executive, you can see the traffic is picking up slightly at 6:07 this morning. No problems to report, though. As we continue to monitor traffic, we'll let you know.
One of El Paso's favorite events is just a few days away.
We're talking about this year's Thanksgiving Sun Bowl Parade. Who's the Grand Marshal? We'll let you know later in the show. Also,
a lot of wind and it had stopped raining, but it was just a lot of pressure and you could just hear a lot of metal just banging.
Severe weather leaving a mess across America this morning. Why there could be wide-scale evacuations in western New York.
And closer to home, your Storm Track weather coverage doesn't stop here. Meteorologist Crystal Cly has your forecast. Crystal.
And it is a great forecast, not just for today, but all the way through your Thanksgiving and weekend. We have the numbers up after the break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.